Hey amigos, with the recent confirmation that Wrath of the Lich King Classic will indeed launch, and this year by the way in case you missed that, I thought why not dust off some information and shove it in everybody's faces. No, but really, I'll be covering a lot more Lich King from now and especially after launch. I'm already working on more videos including pre-raid BIS list videos for each class and spec, so anyways, here's a quick guide on the dungeons in Wrath of the Lich King Classic. Starting off, we'll take a look at the first two dungeons you'll be able to jump right into at a minimum level of 67. First on that list is Utgarde Keep, located in the Howling Fjord, I don't know. Minimum level to accept the quest are 68, so if you are one of those speedrunners who want to slam dungeons for 36 hours straight to hit level 80, here you go. Horde players will have access to 3 total quests for this dungeon, and I think Alliance only will have access to, yes, two. So the first two you're going to be able to get from a rogue as soon as you enter the dungeon, and one is from a lengthy quest chain, which I'll help everyone out with here. Here is where you can pick it up, and here is the quest chain itself. So Alliance players, however, will only have access to 2 quests, as I stated earlier. One is going to be inside the dungeon, one is also from a quest chain. Here's that quest chain and where to pick it up. Now, the difference between the two, the quest chain Alliance players have to complete, is incredibly short. So next we have the Nexus, which is located in the Borean Tundra over towards Kuldara. Now, in order to get to Kuldara, both Alliance and Horde have to complete another lengthy quest chain. I'm going to post both of these on screen. Both Horde and Alliance start these in their faction-specific camps. Once both sides reach the point of prison break, you follow the quest chain. Once you complete Reforging the Key, you unlock Taking Wing, and then you have to complete 4 more quests before you reach Kuldara. Once you finally get to Kuldara, you'll have to do a few more quests, of course, before you can accept any of the dungeon quests. Now, just so you all know, when you're doing the quest around Kuldara, there is a chance you will get another quest to drop that follows into another small quest chain and ends with yet another dungeon quest. So make sure you're looking out for the scintillating fragment, as that's what starts the quest. The next dungeon on the list is Azjol-Nerub, located over here in Dragonblight. The minimum level to accept these quests are 72, and there are 2 quests for both Alliance and Horde that you can accept right outside the dungeon. The better news is there's no prereqs required to get these dungeon quests. Ahn'Kahet is another dungeon in the same area, actually right next to Azjol-Nerub. There is also 2 more quests for Ahn'Kahet that also require no prereqs. One is outside the dungeon near the stone, and the other one is actually an item that you loot off of this mob here, the Savage Cave Beast, inside the dungeon. The minimum level to accept and obtain these quests are 73. Violet Hold is our next dungeon, and it's definitely one of the most unique dungeons in World of Warcraft history. The minimum level to accept the quest is 75, and it's located right inside Dalaran. Violet Hold does have 1 single dungeon quest, but you must complete the longest, most tedious quest chain ever. First, go speak to Ronan in the Dalaran Citadel. Here, I'll bring up a map for you. Accept the quest, discretion is key. You then turn into the mage at the front of the bridge to Violet Hold, accept the next quest, that he gives you to get the key to Violet Hold, and enjoy your dungeon quest. That's it. Seriously. Tedious. Lengthy. I told you. Now on the Drak'Tharon Keep. This dungeon is another dungeon that needs a minimum level of 75 for the quest, and is located on the border of Xuldrak. And this time, it actually really does have a long quest chain in order to get the dungeon quest. This time I'm actually not lying to you. The Horde and Alliance have two different pickup locations, but the chain is the same aside from the initial pickup. After you get to step 4 of the chain, Vial of Visions, you then pick up another small chain to pick up 2 additional Drak'Tharon dungeon quests upon completion. This brings us to Gundrak. Gundrak, everybody's favorite dungeon. I may actually be joking, just a little bit. The minimum level is 76, and this dungeon is located in the northernmost part of Xuldrak. There's 3 total quests. 2 require pre-quest, 1 does not. The one that doesn't require any prereqs is located basically outside the dungeon, right here. Talk to the chronicler and accept the quest One of a Kind. One of the other 2 dungeon quests that we can take is located here, requires you to go back to the chronicler, where you accept the first dungeon quest turn in, and she gives you the second quest for Gundrak. The third quest is locked behind a very, very lengthy quest chain that requires you to kill mobs until you receive the item to start the chain. Go figure. It's called Strange Mojo. And when I say lengthy, I mean 15 to 20 quests until you finally reach the point of receiving the third quest for Gundrak. On to Halls of Stone. The minimum level to pick up the quest is 76. This dungeon is located in the Storm Peaks. The quest to pick up is right inside the dungeon from Braun Bronzebeard. Make sure everybody in the party has accepted the quest before anybody tells Braun that you are ready to continue, because this is an escort quest. Halls of Lightning is literally across from Halls of Stone, so obviously also located in the Storm Peaks. This dungeon, however, has a minimum requirement of 78 for the 2 dungeon quests, but they're also locked behind a lengthy quest chain. In order to start the quest chain for Halls of Lightning dungeons, you must unlock and finish the introductory of Sons of Hodir Reputation. I'll more than likely make a separate guide for this, as reputations play a massive role in Lich King, and they're very important. Some might argue more important than TBC rep grinds, which, let's be honest, that's saying a lot. The next up is the Oculus. Here we're going back to Koldara, over in the Borean Tundra. There are a total of 4 quests to complete in the Oculus, but starts with just 1. The minimum level to pick this up is 78. Now once you kill the first boss inside the dungeon, you will save the NPCs, one of which is the turn-in and offers you a follow-up. So don't forget to look for him afterwards. You can do all 4 quests in one run, it just requires you to complete individual steps, so to say, up until where I believe you have to loot an item off of the final boss. So again, do not forget to look for the NPCs after your first encounter, turn your quest in, receive the follow-ups after each completion. Now, it's Chromie time. Listen, everyone loves Chromie, and I am one of the few people who actually enjoy this next dungeon, the Culling of Stratholme. This dungeon is located in the Caverns of Time. Yes, we still have to go here in Wrath of the Lich King. Minimum level to pick up the quest are 78. There are a total of 2 quests, which are both picked up from Chromie. Just venture into the dungeon, you'll see her, honestly you can't miss her. And don't you dare throw out some short jokes, Chromie has feelings too, okay everybody? The last dungeon we're going to go over is Utgarde Pinnacle, another minimum level 78 dungeon, and located over in the Howland Fjord. Funny enough, it's on the opposite side of Utgarde Keep. Both quests are picked up off of Brig's Small Shanks, located right inside the dungeon. And that's it. That's it for this Lich King dungeon guide. I did not go over the 4 other dungeons because they were released later on during Lich King. 3 of these will be released during the last phase, which is ICC, and 1 midway through WotLK Classic, so I'll be making a video on those when the time is right. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Comment down below with what you thought, what I could have done better, maybe a suggestion for a next video, what you're most excited for, or maybe you just want to share with everybody else a memory that you hold true to this day during your time during Lich King. If you're interested in more content for Lich King, go ahead and subscribe, and until next time, have a great one.